She's not just Travis's girlfriend, she's part of my family. Jason Kelce's voice broke as he said those words, and in that moment, everything changed. On Tuesday, April 15th, listeners of the Kelce Brothers podcast witnessed something raw and real. Gone was the usual fun talk. This time, Jason opened up in a way that stopped fans in their tracks. Wearing his familiar purple hoodie, he sat quietly, his voice shaky, eyes wet. The question was simple: how did the family spend Easter this year? But the answer was anything but. Jason paused, looked down, and struggled to speak. Then, in a moment filled with emotion, he shared a memory that revealed the true heart of a global superstar. What began as light conversation turned into something powerful, a touching look into how Taylor Swift has become more than just a name. She's become family, and that quiet truth, spoken with love and honesty, hit home for listeners everywhere. It was a side of the Kelces we don't often see, not in headlines, not on game day, but here, raw and unfiltered, and it left fans with one simple truth: this bond is deeper than anyone ever expected. There was a heavy, emotional pause. Jason's voice cracked as he tried to keep going. What really stayed with me, he said, covering his face with both hands, is how deeply she cares. He didn't just mean Travis. She checks on my mom, spends real time with Kylie, talks with my daughters like they matter. Every person in my life, she sees them, loves them like they're hers. Across from him, Travis didn't speak. He didn't need to. A soft, knowing look, a hand gently reaching over, said it all. The moment between the brothers needed no words. The usual laughs, the jokes, the football stories, all of it faded. The room went still. And for those watching on video, there was no doubt. This wasn't scripted. This wasn't for show. It was real. In that quiet, Taylor Swift, known across the globe for her music, her power, her fame, was being honored for something far more personal: her deep, genuine care for the people behind the scenes. Jason's voice still shook as he added, she doesn't have to do any of this. Then, after a breath, but she does. And when she does, it's with everything she has, and that truth said everything. This rare emotional moment struck a deep chord with viewers across social media, where countless fans praised the honesty, love, and real connection shown in that single exchange. In a world filled with headlines and constant celebrity noise, this moment felt different. It reminded people of something truly meaningful. At its heart, it was about care, real family bonds, and the quiet power of being there when no one's watching. As Jason Kelce continued, his voice softer now, he shared more than just a holiday story. He described a memory that said so much about love and the unexpected ways people show it. She helped Kylie in the kitchen, he said, voice trembling. Once more, then she spent hours with my daughters, just like any loving aunt would. He smiled, eyes glossy. My daughter calls her Auntie Tay now. She even wants to sleep beside her. That kind of closeness, that warmth, it doesn't happen overnight. It's built with real love. Sitting next to him, Travis Kelce, usually quick with a joke, stayed silent, moved by the moment. And in that stillness, the weight of everything, instead, was louder than ever. His eyes, full of emotion, stayed locked on his older brother. Then, in a quiet and rare moment of deep care, Travis leaned in, gently placed a hand on Jason's shoulder, and said something soft, something that pierced through the silence. I know you, Jay. That's why I love her. He didn't need to explain it. The words spoke volumes, a truth born from years of growing up together, facing wins and losses, and standing by each other no matter what. It became one of the most moving moments the podcast had ever shown, not just because it was emotional, but because it gave fans a real look at the powerful connection between the Kelce brothers and how gracefully Taylor Swift had become a part of it. Travis then shared something personal, a tender moment Taylor once shared with him. She told me, Travis, I love how your family takes me in like this. I've never felt this much like myself before. As he spoke, Jason wiped his eyes, nodding slowly with a soft voice. That's right, he said, and that one line said everything else. She belongs with us. Not because she's famous, not because she's my brother's girlfriend, but because her heart is real despite the usual teasing and fun. Between the Kelce brothers, moments like this remind everyone what truly matters: the love, the loyalty, and the deep bond that ties their family together. "We've been through a lot," Jason said quietly, glancing at Travis. "From the field to this podcast... I never thought I'd cry on air, but here we are." As the conversation grew more personal, Kylie Kelce joined in. Her voice was calm, thoughtful, and filled with quiet respect for someone who, in her eyes, was now more than just a visitor in their world. "She's not just a girl who loves someone," Kylie said gently. "She's a girl who loves all of us." She spoke not about Taylor Swift the star, but about the woman who stepped into their lives with kindness and humility, a woman who never acted above them, but simply became one of them. And in that moment, it was clear what makes Taylor different is the way she leads with her heart. She doesn't come looking to be loved, Kylie continued. She comes to love. It wasn't big moments or red carpet appearances that made Taylor a part of the Kelce family. It was the quiet, unnoticed things, the little moments most people never witness. "She listens," Kylie said. "She really listens. She cares. And she makes each of us feel seen." Then, almost like a passing thought, Kylie shared a memory that had stayed with her, a small, silent act of kindness. It was her mother's birthday, one not celebrated with much attention. No one expected anything, but Taylor found out. She didn't say a word, no announcement, no post. Just days later, she gave Kylie's mom a gift, a beautifully framed family photo with lyrics from her favorite song written beneath. No cameras, no spotlight, just pure, thoughtful love. A simple gesture, but one that spoke louder than words. In a world where love often feels staged and shown for likes, Taylor's place in the Kelce home is something completely different: quiet, real, and deeply honest. In every soft moment, from playing with kids to remembering a quiet birthday, her love isn't loud, but it's always felt. Taylor Swift's bond with the Kelces has grown into more than just a relationship by name. It's become something real, grounded in sincerity, built through showing up, and filled with the kind of love that quietly changes a family. It's a connection felt deeply not only inside their home, but also by everyone watching from a distance.